Hey guys, welcome to CyborgKitty. In this video, we are going to write up a function to repeat a string. This is one of the assignments in Free Code Camp. There only one set rule is if the second argument, which is a number, if it is not a positive number, we just got to return an empty string. So that is one of the base cases. So initially, the function itself input has two arguments, and one is the string that needs to be repeated or manipulated, and the second is the number of times. So that's pretty much it. It's just going to be a quick video. The solution, the logic is pretty simple. So initially what we're going to do is we are going to make a result string, which is a variable. We're going to repeat the string and save it in this result string. And we're going to initialize it to be empty because that is one of the base cases. So let's just say it's empty. So only time we're going to do a repeat is if the number turns out to be a positive number. And here what I'm going to do is if numbers greater than 0, because if it is repeating 0 times, it is still an empty string. So I'm just going to start with number 1. So check if the number is greater than 0, then do some logic and get a repeated string. In order to repeat the string itself, I'm using for loop. The for loop structure consists of initializing statement. Let me just write it down here. You have initialize statement, and then wait, that would be var I equal to 0. So you can take any variable in here. I'm just calling it I. So you'll take an variable I and initialize it to a certain number, and then you have a comparison statement to see if that turns out true. That's when the loop keeps going. So in here, we want it to be less than them. So because what it does, it checks up to that number, so you get that many loops, and then it gets out of the loop. And then, of course, at the end, the increment or decrement, depending on what you want to do with that I variable. So there are three different statements that make the structure of the for loop. You got to initialize the variable, and then you compare it to another variable or some sort of logic, comparing logic to see if that turns out true to follow the loop. And then, of course, the increment or the manipulation you want to do to that variable during the loop. All right, so now that we got that, let's just write it up here. Where I equal to 0, I less than num, I plus plus. Perfect. So now the loop's ready. The next step is take the result string variable, which is now empty, and we do plus equal to. What this does is it adds the value that's after the equal to the variable itself and saves it in the variable. So pretty much that way you will have this one variable which has been kept concatenating with the same string. That's the whole goal, is to have the string repeat and save in a new string. That being done, now let's get out of the if, and all we have to do is return the result string. Perfect. Let's just quickly run it. There we go. So just a quick rundown of what's going on here. So we got initially we take a variable, make it empty because that is one of the cases is if it is not a positive number or at, at least one, we don't want it to do anything or we don't want it to repeat. So there we go. So we got that covered out, and all we're going to do is then check if the number is greater than 0 to do anything, and then write up a loop so we can just keep adding string value that many times to get the result, and then just simply return the result. So that's about it for repeating a string function. I really hope you enjoyed the video and like my solution. If you have better suggestions, do leave a comment. If you like my video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do want to see more videos from me, please do subscribe. Once again, thanks for watching and have fun coding. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.